gentlemen, the tournament will continue. One very, very disappointed man is Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Rico Suave is singly responsible for Tony Atlas being eliminated from the tournament.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, he thought that tournament match was tough. He's going to be in for the fight of his life against this Ron Powers, but he's doing the right thing. He's not looking back, he's looking ahead.
And he backs big Ron Powers into the turnbuckle, into the corner, and he threatens with that big right hand. Oh! Powers with a shove of his own, and Ron Powers certainly is no slouch either. Oh! But Atlas tossed him around like a 5-pound sack of flour.
Can I say that? I told you so. Look at the strength, the 600-pound bench press. Powers goes about 260. Speaking of big men, why don't we go to my favorite segment? It's the Warrior Corner.
Russia's Tommy Rich and your manager Rico Suave. Next week, Tommy Rich, you and I are going to find out who the better man is. Next week, Tommy Rich, you're going to find out why they call this the Slaughter Cannon, why they call this the Cobra Clutch, and why they call me Sergeant Slaughter, the American Wrestling Federation champion.
Well, there's a man who certainly means business in Sergeant Slaughter. Sarge certainly issuing a warning to Rico Suave and company.
Yeah, he is, but he got wrapped fast the first round, and it doesn't get any better because he's going up against luscious Tommy Rich. He knows he's got his work cut out. That's going to be two former world heavyweight champions going against each other in this tournament, which is so important.
Well, you talk about credentials and credibility in the American Wrestling Federation, loaded with star talent, and this tournament... No, not you, for heaven's sakes.
Oh.
And this tournament, the talk of the wrestling world, I am so eager to see who eventually comes to the top and wins this championship.
Yeah, well, that's later on in the show, though. Right now, we have two guys that are in it. This is not a tournament match. Two guys vying to get maybe a title match later on. Tony Atlas using those great latissimus, then gluteus maximus muscles to extricate himself and reverses the situation in a big full Nelson.
What did you say?
I'm not sure.
Ron Powers seeks the safety of that top rope. Well, it turned out to be not so safe as Tony Atlas unceremoniously drops the big man right on the back of his head. Tony Atlas, we have mentioned so many times, what a tremendous competitor this is. Spends hours and hours in the gym, as he has for so many years. He takes this sport very, very serious.
Yep, and so does everybody in the American Wrestling Federation, because they know this is the wrestling of the 21st century. We have rounds, not any other wrestling organization does. Referee has the final say, keeps a scorecard. If it goes through the full 3-minute round, 3 rounds, then the referee makes a decision. Touch the referee, it's a disqualification. Over the top rope, it's a disqualification. And these guys are keeping it right down the middle because the president, Paul Zapperstein, will enforce the rules and keep the referees in charge.
Once again, it's Paul Alperstein, the president of the American Wrestling Federation.
Who cares?
And right now, Ron Powers taking off on Tony Atlas. Oh! He ran right into that size 13, right to the mouth, and Atlas is on fire.
Yeah. Atlas loves that foot to the face. He's an incredible athlete, uses that in his matches whenever he can, practices that move as much as he can, uses that headbutt. That head is hard as a rock. We got 30 seconds left in this round.
And now Tony Atlas with that methodical style. It doesn't appear as if Tony is going for any pinning combinations.
Well, this is a submission move, Karsh. If you know anything, he's trying to get a submission. He's got 17 seconds to get this Ron Powers to give up. Can he make him do it? Can he get the submission? He's got 10 seconds to do it.
I'm going to go out and get a cup of coffee. Apparently, you want to handle this yourself.
If I want it done right, I'll do it myself.
I was going to say this is a submission maneuver, and Powers is able to last out the round, and what a matchup so far, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Atlas, he may be disappointed over not being in the championship tournament, but certainly showing no ill effects here against Ron Powers.
No, he isn't. Ron Powers, though, on the other hand, looks pretty rough. He's hanging onto that rope. Tony got a drinking problem.
That he does, and Tony Atlas.
Bigger every time.
They sure do. Stay with us. We're coming right back, everybody, with the American Wrestling Federation. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with second round action now. And Ron Powers timed that right to the second when that bell rang. He does not want to face the possibility of another fine from President Paul Allen. jumper's knee.
Boy, what a spin move. He looked like Hakeem Olajuwon. Tony Atlas like that. I guarantee you, you hit a guy in the face the caliber of Tony Atlas, he gets fired up. I'll tell you, look at this heavy leather being thrown in the corner. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and it always goes back to the basics, back to a side headlock.
Tony Atlas powers, Rod powers off. There's a shoulder tackle, absolutely ineffectual. He did not move Tony Atlas at all, and again, well, that time at least he backed him up to the ropes. You've got a couple of behemoths in there right now. Over the top. Oh, look at this now. Great strength by Tony Atlas.
You think Tony Atlas is on his last leg? You think he's done? He pulls out a maneuver like that, press slam, and he got it.
That is it.
Out of nowhere.
Well, I'll tell you, unpredictability, the name of the game in the American Wrestling Federation. Rod Powers took the offense right from the opening bell here, but Tony Atlas turned it around just that fast.
That's the mark of a true professional, and look at the size of those arms. I hate it. His waist is smaller than his